Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News Digital Desk. If you're planning on heading to the Cleveland Cavaliers game on Sunday, you're going to be in for quite a treat here, that being the third annual Bow Tie Night, which is held in honor of Nick Gilbert, son of Cavs owner Dan Gilbert. Talked earlier today with the organizers of this and what exactly it means for the Cavaliers, for the Gilbert family. Let's break this down. We're going to get to the interview first. Just to start off, explain kind of what you all do, and then let's get into this weekend. But let's just start with, what you all do and what the mission is.
Yeah, NF Forward is a fundraising nonprofit who raises awareness and funds for finding a cure for neurofibromatosis. We're focused on funding really audacious research, high risk, high reward in the space, alongside our sister organization, the Gilbert Family Foundation.
Explain the disease. Explain neurofibromatosis.
Neurofibromatosis, or NF, it's a rare disease, but it does affect about 1 in every 2,500 births, which is one of the more common rare diseases. And it's a genetic disorder. It causes tumors to grow all over the body. Really no rhyme or reason where or why, and it's very unpredictable. Sometimes those tumors can become malignant. Sometimes they can cause complications. For example, if you have a tumor on your optic nerve, you could experience blindness or other side effects from the disease.
Now, very much so, this is a disease that many people in the Cleveland area are familiar with, in particular due to the Gilbert family. So for a lot of people, it is kind of close to their hearts. Explain the Gilly Project and explain the hope with this and kind of how you all work together to further the mission of finding a cure.
Yeah, the Gilly Project was founded by Nick's siblings and meant to be inspired by his life. The Gilly Project is all about continuing Nick's fight with NF, raising awareness, raising funds, but at its core, having fun along the way. It's, again, inspired by Nick's life and his spirit, and he was always ready to have a good time and make the most of any situation. And it's inspired by doing a lot of the things that he loved, including Cavaliers basketball.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously such a massive part, and I know for many people, the bobblehead, which we do have here, which shows him on a very memorable night, which even non-Cleveland people will be able to recognize. How important is it to be able to have kind of that face, that somebody that stood for something for so many people, to put to a disease like this that, as you mentioned, it is a rare disease, it's one of the more well-known ones, but it is rare, and to be able to have a face to it and to have that personal connection to it, what does that do for people to understand what this is and how they can help?
When it comes to rare diseases, it can be really difficult to raise awareness or to have people understand how it can impact the broader community. And I know that Nick would be thrilled to know that his legacy is living on and is really encouraging everyone to understand the disease, understand how it affects people, and really motivate individuals to help us find a cure. We're really excited that, of course, Bow Tie Night is celebrating Nick's life, but we're also really excited to be able to celebrate and honor the lives of so many people who are in the Cleveland area living by NF. We're hosting them that evening for a special reception, along with some of our researchers in the area as well, to really create that community. And we know that Nick would be right there in the middle of the party.
Yes, let's get into Bow Tie Night. This is going to be happening on Sunday. If you can, kind of explain all the details that people are going to be prepared for and to be able to experience.
So, of course, tip-off is at 3:30. We're really excited to be featuring some cool interactions throughout the evening. There will be some great videos raising awareness about NF, about Nick and his life. You've already mentioned the bobblehead, which we think is an extremely fun giveaway for the evening. But we're also going to be celebrating the opening of Gilly's, which is a sports bar eatery in Rocket Arena. And it's going to be in Loudville, which we think is a really great place for it. It's a really vibrant community in the space. And you'll be able to, once it opens, have some of the menu items that are on the menu here at the original Gilly's in Detroit. And of course, Gilly's was a sports bar that Nick had been passionate about opening before his passing. And it's certainly open now, and you can feel a spirit in the space.
It'll be a constant reminder, as it always is. I mean, the bow tie is so synonymous now with the Cavaliers, but it will always, of course, be a constant reminder for the fans. The last question that I do have for you: when you have events like this, you have nights like this, what does it do for the mission? Does it increase awareness for people? Do people become more involved? I mean, do you often see more attention to the fight when you have events and nights like these that we're expecting on Sunday?
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously raising awareness about the disease and growing the people that are following the Gilly Project and then forward for updates on what's happening in finding progress towards a cure is so important. One of the major fundraising aspects for the evening is that the proceeds from the 50/50 raffle at the game will go towards NF Forward and will help fight that research. But I think that something that is a takeaway that isn't always mentioned is bringing community to people who are affected by NF and might feel alone in that. It is a rare disease, and it can be hard sometimes to find individuals who are going through that experience with you. We're really excited to be able to bring those individuals together and shine a light on their stories, so that when they're sharing and seeking community, it is a much more enjoyable experience. Yeah, sure. So, like Rob mentioned, when the Gilberts acquired the team, Nick was, I believe, 9 years old, and so he really grew up in the organization, with the organization. He was a face that everyone recognized, and he began this work of creating awareness around NF just by being the person he was amongst the organization. The Gilberts' commitment to Cleveland and to the Cavaliers, I think, has been really matched by the community's commitment to NF in return. And that's something that you can feel and is really palpable.
And what can you expect if you do go to the game? Well, this is a look at it here. You can see that is Nick in there. This is the photo that it is based off of there. That's him from the 2011 NBA draft. That's the one when Kyrie Irving went to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that is what you can expect if you go to the game. We also have some nifty little pins here as well. But obviously a very big day for the Cavs and for the community as well. Much more on this and other stories of the day coming tonight. 19 News, 3 o'clock over on WOIO. 3.5 hours of nonstop news. We'll start over there. For now, I'm Jeff Sloss with 19 News. Have a great night. Much more to come, both on air and online.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for Channel 102.